Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today, we're reviewing another beer by Fat Orange Cat. This is their Jalapeno Jack. This one is the Hot Jalapeno Ale. So, shout out to Steven, aka The Resource, for gifting me this can. Appreciate it, man. He also gave me the mild one. So the mild one was the jalapeno flavor, minus the spicy. And this one is the jalapeno flavor with the spicy flavor. It says brewed canned by Fat Orange Cat Brew Co. out of North Haven, Connecticut. And they're distributed by 12%. 5% alcohol by volume. Best before July 2023. It is April 11th, 2023. So still fresh. And yeah, I'm excited for this. Haven't had many spicy beers or jalapeno beers. I do like some spicy beers, like the Spicy Bohemian by Throwback Brewing that Bumpy Road Brews introduced me to. So I was a fan of that one. Let's crack this open, check it out, see how it is. I got my pub glass, Trillium pub glass here. We're gonna pour it up into. All right. A little bit of a head there, forming a nice head. Poured it a little aggressive, about a finger and a half, bone white, very sudsy, rocky on top, tight knit bubbles on the side, some effervescence. It does have a little bit of a haze to it, so it is hazy straw color in appearance. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Looks unfiltered, but looks like a solid beer. Let's go for the nose. That smells like it's gonna be spicy. Lots of jalapeno right off rip. There's a little bit of some citrus. A little floral, grassy, slightly bready. But for the most part, that jalapeno is very prominent, very strong. Nothing offensive on the nose. Yeah, it smells pretty good. So, it does smell like it's going to be spicy. The jalapeno in this one is definitely intensified compared to the other one. The mild had a little bit more of breadiness, a little bit more floral, grassy. This smells pretty intense with the jalapeno. Let's dive in and try it out. Cheers. Now I will say, it does have a building intense heat, lingering heat. Finish is spicy jalapeno. Lasts for a while. It's still lingering on the palate. Starting to mellow out a little bit now. But yeah, it does have a good amount of heat. Not as hot as the Spicy Bohemian by Throwback, but definitely a nice lingering heat with this one. It starts off citrusy and a little bready, and then you're left with a little bit of an astringency, so there's a little bit of a floral grassiness. But then the finish is totally overpowered by the jalapeno. Now, if you like heat, I think you would enjoy this. It's not something that you should go crushing, in my opinion, but I could see this beer working really well with some spicy foods, maybe like or some Mexican food, Indian food. I can see this working as a pretty good beer to pair with some other spicy foods. Now, I will say I do think the jalapeno does kind of take over the other flavors of the beer. Like I said, it's a little citrusy, and a little floral, a little bready. But the mild was definitely more prominent with the aspect of more of the beer flavors. And this is definitely full-on jalapeno throughout, if you like that. Clean finish. Nothing offensive other than the heat. Unless you don't like heat, you are not going to like this. Out of 5 peppers, I guess we'll put a scale. I'd say it's about 3.5. It's got some good heat. I would put the Spicy Bohemian probably at like 4, going towards 4.5. The Spicy Bohemian was much spicier, but this has a good level of heat to it, I will say. Yeah, it's a solid beer. You can kind of feel the spice on your lips, actually. A little bit of a spritzy carbonation. I kind of wish there was a little bit more carbonation out of it, but it's definitely light-bodied, light mouthfeel. Carbonation is about, I'd say it's lighter side of medium. I definitely wish this had higher carbonation, more of medium going towards full, to make it more pairable with like foods. But overall, it's a good product. Like I said, if you like heat, I think you would really enjoy this. I think it would satisfy that jalapeno spicy craving if you have one. If you want to taste jalapeno in your beer. If you don't like hot beers, definitely not for you. For a rating for this one, I will give this a. Now I will say, even though the Spicy Bohemian, I know I keep going back to that, but that's really the only thing I have to compare it to. Even though the Spicy Bohemian was a little bit more hot, excuse me, it had a little bit more heat to it. It also had more of that breadiness. It was more, it was more biscuity. It had a little bit more of that floral finish, floral grassy aspect. A little bit more citrusy. Because that's typically kind of what you get out of these ales, is you get a little bit of like fruity citrus, some breadiness, maybe some sweetness from the malts, and yeah, I feel like the Spicy Bohemian was a little bit more balanced with an intensified heat. So in that aspect, I do think that I would prefer the Spicy Bohemian over this, but I can't really recall what I gave that. I'm pretty sure I gave it like around A+ range. I'd set this right out like an A-. I'd go 91 on this beer. I think it's a solid product. If you like jalapeno beers with a good amount of heat, and that's kind of what you're looking forward to, and that's what you want out of the beer, it'll definitely hit that mark for you. But if you're looking for more of that base of the beer, like the breadiness, sweetness from the malts, and a little bit of like grassy floral aspect, it's kind of lacking in that department. But overall, I think they did a good job with the product. Personally, I kind of like the mild over this because it has that jalapeno flavor minus the spicy aspect that kind of takes over this entire beer. So compared to these two, compared to this and the mild, I would go for the mild over this one. And as far as this over the Spicy Bohemian, I would go with the Spicy Bohemian. And yeah, thank you to Steven. This is a cool beer. I do like these jalapeno beers. I actually was looking at this. I went to Connecticut. Not this one. I think it was just the mild. I haven't seen the hot. So I'm glad that you gave me a can of this and I was able to try it because I didn't know that they had 2 different ones. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. And yeah, there you have it. If there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure you leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Lick beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.